Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading. It is a beautiful Friday afternoon, late Friday afternoon, early evening here in South Africa. I have the Light to Seers Tarot on the tarot table. It's a very high energy deck. It's a very beautiful tarot deck. I don't often use it on this channel because the topics that I normally read on are pretty low energy, but I felt like using it today. I'm using it to look at two people I've left out so far in this look at Harry's book Spare. The first is Camilla. The second reading will be on Catherine. Exactly the same questions for each of them. Short readings, 5-card readings, just looking at their energy, looking at how they are doing. Both of them, of course, vilified in the book and in interviews. Camilla particularly described as a villain, wicked stepmother who would leave bodies in the road, and her eagerness to clean up her own reputation and accused of all kinds of things, leaking, running to the press, telling tales, and very nasty, very, very nasty. Must be very hurtful. She hasn't really appeared. I think she's appeared very briefly driving her car, but I don't think she's done any public events since this book came out. And so hard times for her. I just want to do an energy check. And how is she doing? How is she feeling about Harry? How is the public feeling about her? Do they have sympathy for her, or do they think, yeah, she really is a nasty piece of whatever? And then the outcome will be a relationship with Harry going forward. How bad is it going to get? Or can it be fixed? Can it be saved? Those kinds of questions. Short reading, 5-card reading, and of course, tarot reading for entertainment purposes, or my opinion, or speculation. And I read on the royals because they're an archetypal family, and we can learn from archetypal situations and apply them to our own lives. And of course, the stepmother situation is a classic, and lots of people find themselves in that situation of having to deal with somebody that they might not really want to deal with. Very difficult, and the royals have had to deal with this in public very much, in a very tragic situation. Also, Camilla, in my opinion, has found herself in a very difficult situation, and the cards are telling me that straight out the gate. We got the 5 of Swords as the underlying energy. That's conflict, stress, and not stress so much as just mental turmoil, feeling under attack, conflict all around, fighting, and just a real ugliness. And the next underlying card is, of course, the 8 of Cups, which is in reverse. Somebody who's stuck in sorrow, can't get away from their troubles. That's Camilla's energy. It's also Harry. I mean, it's very interesting. It's a very Harry card, Harry-looking character, even though we're dealing with Camilla, and it can equally be his energy. This person who is disturbed, in my opinion, has got quite a lot of psychological baggage, problems, has caused all of this conflict. But the conflict in the Crow's messages going out there, it's very interesting, that figure in the background, that sort of shadowy figure who looks quite dangerous. Whether it's their own internal kind of shadow or whatever it is, but those crows flying out, whispering into him, pecking away at his brain. It's a very powerful, very potent image. I used this tarot deck because I thought it's very female, but actually that's a very male card that's come out as the underlying energy. So both of their energies, both of them involved in this conflict and in this sort of sending out messages. She, the victim of it, he, in his own way, seemingly from this underlying energy, a victim as well of some sort of mental problem. I'm not diagnosing, I'm speculating. Let's just make that clear. So the situation, this is really about Camilla and situation. Yeah, Page of Wands in the reverse. That's bad news. Bad PR. It's all very negative. It's all very public. It's in the press. Pages are about communications. Wands are very much PR related. They're news. Getting your message out there, and it's a very toxic, it's a very negative message that is going out about her. So not surprising, she's in the news cycle. The news cycle really is over, tragically, because of what has happened in America with Lisa Marie Presley. I hope I've got her name right. I've got a sudden blank. But died very tragically. I think she was 54, passed away, very tragic life. And so the news cycle has moved on. It's a short news cycle. It tells me pages are quite junior energy, immature energy. We're also dealing with an immature person here. The person who seems to have some form of arrested development. A lot of people speculate. This is my speculation as well. And there is a page, a juvenile energy, a page who's in reverse in his shadow aspect. So a lot of information coming from these cards, telling us about conflict and telling us about immaturity and negative news, toxic PR. How is she? How is Camilla? This is a Camilla only card. How is she feeling? Ace of Pentacles, she's handling it. I always want to say, and I'm going to say it, she's got, I don't want to say the prize, it's not the prize, but she has her ultimate reward. Shall we say it like that? It might offend people who are really Diana's supporters and feel that she doesn't deserve to be queen. She should just stay away at her home, whatever her home is, her lovely ramshackle home with the grandchildren and the dogs and everyone's kind of dream of an English country home, I think, rambling around and just living the good life, the good country life. But she's got her Ace of Pentacles. She's got it. She's got her security. She's done the long journey, and she's arrived at the destination, and it's stable. She got to what was intended for her. Basically, she's stuck it out. She's toughed it out, and ultimately, she's going to get her reward in May, very publicly. Elevated to the highest status, basically, that a woman can be elevated to in the United Kingdom. And there she's holding it in her hand, that reward, that gift, that sense of accomplishment, she's looking. Normally the ace is on new starts, and yes, for her this is a new start, a new role, a new job, a new time in her life. But I get the feeling of looking back. She's looking back over her shoulder and thinking, wow, that was a long, hard journey. And she had to, Pentacles are about being stable and dedicated and focused and just putting one foot in front of the other, however hard it is, whatever blows you're getting from the negative PR, from the brat, from the immature, the person suffering from arrested development, whatever. She's done it. So a tremendous feeling of accomplishment there. It's not a card I expected to see. And I have to tell you, I had to restart this reading several times because weird things kept happening. I lost my voice completely in one. I forgot to say my disclaimer, which normally, I can parrot in my sleep just about at this stage, irritating as it is, but I have to for legal reasons. This is the reading that wanted to come out. This is the card that wanted to come out. This is a very important card because it says she's solid, and she in her own self, in her own skin, is very comfortable and feels that she's okay. How's she feeling towards Harry? And that's the Judgment card, and it's the Judgment card in reverse. It's about awakening. It's about second chances. It's about evolving. It's about being judged. It's about decisions. The Judgment card is all kinds of things. It's in reverse. It's major arcana. It's somebody who's not awake. Somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. Somebody who can't see the truth of a situation. Somebody who is pretty dumb and blind and ignorant and being played. In my opinion, energy coming off that card. Somebody who's not going to get another chance. It's the second coming. It's the trumpet sounding and rising from the dead. He's not going to. He's not going to, according to this energy and according to Camilla's perspective, he's not going to wake up. He's not going to see the truth of the situation he is in. And he's also not going to get another chance, as far as she's concerned. But we'll see outcome, how the relationship will play out in time to come. But that's a big card. She thinks he's made a terrible error of judgment. He's misread her, he's misinterpreted her, he's misjudged her, and he himself from that card is being misjudged. These cards are quite complex in the layers that they have, that they can be read in many ways. They're giving me lots of information of each of them. It was meant to be a short 5-card reading, but it's going to be a little bit longer than these 5-card readings normally are. And 6 cards, because for those of you who are counting and saying there are 6 cards on the tarot table, this is the underlying energy. This card colors all of those cards. So just to explain how I do this and what's going on for those of you who may be new to the channel and are not quite sure. So how is the public responding to this? How do they feel? Do they feel sympathy towards Camilla? Do they think, well, she got what was coming her way? What's the situation? What is going on? Temperance in reverse. They feel that the situation has got completely out of hand. Temperance is about being balanced, modest, patient, not being extreme, being in harmony, being in balance. And this card is telling me that they're looking at the situation and thinking, wow, this has gone so wrong. It's got so out of control. It's got so disturbed. So crazy. Temperance in reverse can mean somebody who's and it's not energy. This is not Camilla energy. Again, I've got a male figure in this card. It's Harry's energy that they're looking at. That's the answer that universe is giving me for this question. They're looking at Harry's energy. We've got the 5 of Swords here. And we've got the Temperance card in reverse, just thinking he really has lost it. He's gone completely over the top with this, completely out of control. It just unfair, really not deserved, not deserved. Temperance card normally is an angel, and in reverse a fallen angel, toxic. Just by the way, so it's got a bit of a devil energy, the Temperance card, when it's in reverse. That's Rider-Waite imagery for those of you who are familiar with the Rider-Waite tarot. This tarot deck, same interpretations, different artwork on some of the cards. So yeah, they just see this as being a mess, that it's gone completely past anything that is acceptable and normal and healthy. It's unhealthy. Temperance in reverse is unhealthy. So impact long-term on her relationship with Harry. How's it going to be in future? Is it going to be a kiss and make up, or is it going to be on the outs? And it's going to be on the outs. There he is. There's our Knight of Pentacles on his pony, but he's off his pony and walking slowly. The card has come out in the reverse. That's our Knight of Pentacles, our Earth sign prince, who is in his shadow aspect. I read these reversals and these royal readings very often as just shadow energy. So Knight of Pentacles upright is stable, steady, slow moving, but honest and diligent and dutiful and reliable in the reverse. Somebody who's shady, somebody who's unreliable, erratic, and also a journey that has come to a halt. Upright, slow, steady progress, in reverse, stopped. And we're talking about journeys here. It's sitting under the Ace of Pentacles, which is a fresh start, a long, stable path forward to abundance and prosperity and security. He's not going to be on that journey with her. It's not a vicious energy. It's not you're cut out and we're going to feud and all of that. She's not going to write her own book and to say awful mean things about him and go on chat shows and do that. But this is the knight who's fallen off the horse. I always say with the Knight of Pentacles when I'm talking about Harry, fallen off the horse. This is my interpretation, my opinion of this card. Landed on his head, a bit of a head injury there, a bit foolish, and really, seeing stars. Lying on the ground, stars and spinning, all of that kind of stuff. It is not a healthy energy. We're not getting a healthy energy from our male cards here. We're getting damage, we're getting conflict, we're getting imbalance, We're getting toxicity and unhealthy energy, very unhealthy energy, but the journey has stopped. So the journey that the two of them have been on for a considerable period stopped. And that is pretty clear from this no second chance, I was told over there. And this tells me there's a road blocked. She's not going to welcome him back into her life after this, no chance. But it's not nasty. It's not her sitting and writing, you know, horrible things in her journal so she can publish it later. I'm not getting nasty energy of her. I'm getting, in fact, pretty clear, confident, secure energy, so secure, but looking at him and judging him and saying, you're done, mate. You don't come back into my life. You don't get another chance. Not now. And that is your reading on Camilla. And thank you for watching. I'm going to hop over to the next reading, and that's going to be on Catherine.